given, you know, they say once bitten, twice shy. Given William Ruto's experience, 2018 moving forward following the famed handshake, you know, do they have reason to be jittery? That being Rigathi Gachagua, who is now in the role of Deputy President, Musalia Mudavadi, who is a Prime Cabinet Secretary, and the lot of them.
You know, you've actually hit the point, Olive, because none of these people is jobless as we speak. Perhaps only Kalonzo Musyoka is not formally employed, but I mean, he's a senior lawyer in this country. So none of those people are struggling to buy unga or fuel their cars or move from place to place. These are comfortable people. And it just brings back the conversation to what is it that we focus on in this country? Why do we focus on political figures as the ones who set the agenda for this country? You've seen Kenyans on the street, and it's been organic. And with each growing demonstration, you've seen huge number of people coming out for whatever reason. Most of them were actually, you know, protesting about the food prices, fuel prices, which means, you know, when there's an increase in fuel, everything changes. So those key issues should not be lost on anybody sitting at the discussion table on behalf of Kenyans. So whether it is a handshake, whether it is a bipartisan approach, whether it is a purely legal approach, whether it's a purely political solution, at the end of the day, these people are holding office or are bound to hold, because I know Kidero has been nominated to be a CAS in this country and was sworn in, but they have been told by the courts not to assume office. They are there courtesy of the people of Kenya, and that should never ever be lost. They are earning a salary from the exchequer. That is a fact. So at the end of the day, none of these people's salaries will change. None of these people's economic situation will be that dire that they will actually need to go begging, so to speak. So the handshake, the way it has been fashioned in that headline, is really sensational, and it's going to lose focus on the real issue. And we do not want a situation where the narrative that is being driven is the same one that was driven when the BBI, Building Bridges Initiative, was initiated. Because what happened with that process, it was hijacked by the politics of the day. It became the rallying call by, you know, the team that went to the streets and said the BBI is about political positions and it's not about the Mwananchi. At the end of the day, you still have people asking, what about the other components of the BBI? So this particular situation that we find ourselves in has not been brought about because of positions. It's been brought about because Kenyans have actually taken to the streets, a big number that you cannot ignore, to say they are not happy with the state of the economy, they are not happy with the food prices that keep skyrocketing, they are not happy with the school fees that they have to pay for the kids that are going back to school, and many other factors. That should never be lost.
And what I'm hearing from you is, yeah, it shouldn't get lost in all of this political clamor. Ogla and you, Maria, appear to agree that the headline is sensational.
Yes.
Finally, on this particular headline, Florence, your views.
You had asked who is going to lose, and you had put some faces there.
Let me pull them up for you. I was just pulling up that image of the parliamentary leadership. Yes, but here are the faces. Here are the faces.
Show me the faces.
Yeah.
Now, for me, just like Maria has said, and I said it in the beginning, let's not forget what is critical. The elitists, political elitists, will discuss and finish whatever they want to finish, but let's not bury our heads in the sand around the cost of living for Kenyans. That is there, and that is something that needs to be addressed. For the grandstanders, I mean, the people who are chest thumping and people who are saying, no, you can't, and the fear-mongering around the handshake. I remember I also said here, I said, okay,
the shareholder.
Remove the thought of if somebody is coming to negotiate or discuss, then say in this discussion, we're not discussing handshake. This is what we're discussing. And what is this big fear of people shaking hands? In the African society, people shake hands to make peace, isn't it? And so I think we've just blown this out of proportion, because remember, after the 2007, you know, when we almost buried ourselves, something had to give. And for me, leadership means something has to give. It doesn't matter whether you're in opposition or you're in government. This country belongs to all of us. And all of us is not the politicians only. All of us includes the Wananchi and the women. The women are suffering most right now because if I cannot put food on the table, the children will be asking me. And so for me, let's not forget that. So for these ones, I pray that what they lose is their grandstandingness. Let them lose that part. If they were chest stamping, I hope we get a humble breed of politicians. A breed of politicians who care about the nation. A breed of politicians who are not just saying, you know, I'm in power or I'm in this, but people who are like, wait a minute, what about the people? So if this is going to, so if there's a handshake then, if it's going to solve to tame the embers of grandstandingness, I'll be very happy. And I'd pray that they lose the grandstandingness in their system of politics, so that we have a more sober nation, where when we have an issue, we're actually able to deal and resolve without feeling, I have won, you have lost. No. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You know, in Kenya, when you talk about the handshake, also remember the one between Kibaki and Raila Odinga.
Yes.
In